Hey Sagelings, well this video is directed to all those that are having issues casting spells. They're not feeling like they're getting their energy out and they're not getting the results that they're wanting. I would like to suggest to you a different technique, and I call it the spell arrow technique. I actually got this idea from when I used to role play a lot. So it is a way of visualizing your spell and directing it to its target. So there is just one thing you got to remember if you try this. You cannot cast a circle. All right. Now there's a lot of people out there that will cast a circle for everything. If you are trying to use the spell arrow technique, you cannot cast a circle. So with this, you would do your spell, your incantation, however it is that you are working, and you would work it as normal. Like I said, you just got to make sure you do not cast a circle, because the circle creates a barrier and arrows can't go through barriers. But anyway, so you would do your incantation, and when you are getting close to the end of your incantation, I want you to start picturing your spell forming an arrow of pure energy. You see the figure I got behind me? Well, that is Hank from the old cartoon Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I'm that old. Anyway, as I said, when you're getting closer to the end of that spell, I want you to picture, visualize, which is a very important concept in spell work. All this energy forming an arrow. And now most people generally end their spells with a set of keywords like "so mote it be." Now, what I want you to do is when you're getting ready to say that, get your arms into position as if you just pulled up a bow and arrow and you are getting ready to fire it. Aim it towards the direction of your goal, and as soon as you say "be," like for "so mote it be," you open up your back arm and you're releasing the string, setting forth the spell arrow.
I'll keep her busy.
I want you to count to 5, and while you're counting to 5, picture that arrow flying through the sky towards its destination, towards its target. And as soon as you hit 5, imagine it hitting the target. And once it hits the target, you picture the energy going into that target, and you have helped visualize the delivery of your spell. Okay, that is the basic essence of spell arrow. It is just one more step into your incantations, and it could help improve your results.
I'll keep her busy.
Now, all that you need to do is understand the basics of archery, and you can, you'll probably watch enough Robin Hood movies and all that. You already know the basic concept. Hopefully your school allowed you to do some archery, or you've been places where you've done some archery, and just follow those basic concepts and you can cast a spell arrow. Like I said, it's all about visualization. But make sure once you let that release the arrow, you keep your hands in that position for the count of 5. As soon as the arrow hits its location, its mark. Then you can put your hands down and you can then open your, well, I should say, finish closing down your spell. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, that's an aggressive maneuver, and it's not. It is a visualization. It is a way to focus your energy into one point. And you can use this for many things. Let's say you found a house or an apartment and you want to get it. Well, you can do your ritual, your spell, your incantation, and form it into a spell arrow. And when you are almost done with that incantation, turn to face where that apartment or house is, and in your mind visualize it and aim for it, release it. This will then send that spell to the exact spot. Now, I think this works out better because there are a lot of people when they end a spell, like when they say Samoda V, they're just putting their hands up in the air, letting the energy flow, which is good. But sometimes, as I like to remind people, energy can be fickle. And so it could get there eventually because it might decide to take the scenic route. But I use the spell arrow technique to focus my energy to deliver it in the most efficient manner possible. Okay. Now, for those of you who like to do binding spells, you can do that as well with the spell arrow technique because you can picture like a small piece of rope wrapped around the arrow, and so that when the arrow hits the person, that rope magically is left and you can visualize that rope going around and binding that person. If you're looking for a job or you're trying to get a better job, you can do an employment incantation and visualize the front door of the place that you want to work and picture that arrow hit right there. And so you're sending your energy there, and that could help you get better results in an employment incantation. So like I said, this is a very simple technique. You cannot cast a circle with this because casting a circle is creating a barrier and your spell arrow cannot penetrate that barrier. It would be basically a failure. Okay? So this is just something I wanted to share with everybody. So everybody take care. Be at peace.
I'll keep her busy.